Chismosas, I have so many thoughts on Love is Blind in Mexico. So if you guys haven't been caught up, if you guys are not up to date, then spoiler alert, because I'm about to talk about a lot of things that happened at the end of the season and a lot of spoilers about the reunion. Now, first I gotta talk about the thing that pissed me off the most. The thing that pissed me off the most, I don't know why, I was livid, completely livid. Because if you guys remember the beginning of Love is Blind in Mexico, there was this little love triangle between Fernando, Rosio, and Irais. And dumbass Fernando over here cut off Rosio because she had told him that esta way right here, Irais, came in and told everyone, ya me caso, me caso, me caso. So obviously, what do you take when somebody's like, me caso? Like, what are you, how are you gonna take that? Obviously, you're gonna take it that they're gonna get married, right? So she went and she was like, yo, is it true that you're getting married to Irais? And he's like, no, that's not true. And, you know, he was like, okay, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Maybe this is a misunderstanding that Irais is like, I never said that. I don't know what you're talking about. But, I mean, we all heard it. We all saw it. We saw it live. Roll the tape back. And then for some reason, Fernando was so stupid that he was like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm just going to cut off Rosio. Even though Irais has been the biggest walking red flag in the entire universe, right? And then in the reunion, they bring it up again and they're like, que pase el amante, roll the tapes. They roll the tapes. They clearly show that this motherfucker over here is like, me caso. And they're still out here coming for Rosio. Bro, I was like, I'm gonna throw fists right. I wasn't like the biggest fan of Rosio or anything, but like, I felt like Irais kept getting away with things and I was like, no. Which brought me to the whole thing with her and Renee. I'm glad they're not together. I'm kind of annoyed that they even tried. Like, Renee, open up your eyes. You need to stop getting, you know, letting these girls be red flags all over you because you're too nice. And I feel like overall Irais was like getting too much out of this. Like, she should have been getting the exactly what she was supposed to get, you know, the villain edit, because that's what she was, in my opinion. Now, another moment that annoyed the shit out of me, Willie and what's her name, Francesca, I think. Bro, why she had to be so extra? She was so extra during the whole altar thing, and I was rooting for her. I was rooting for both of them, but she was like, you know, when you're mean for like no reason, like you're really out here trying to prove a point, like, bro, just let it go. Like, she was trying so desperately to give the chain back and be like, oh, tú no tienes buenos modales, blah, blah, blah. Bro, look how you're acting. Grow up. I wasn't the biggest fan of Willie myself, but I was ready to throw hands for him because of the way that she was acting. Like, ugh, this ain't a farm. Get it together. Now, Karen and Fernando being together, that kind of tracked for me. They were the only couple of all of them that made it out. You know, it makes sense. I wasn't the hugest fan of Fernando this whole time, or, you know, Karen, you know. But I'm glad that they're together. They seem in love, and I hope that for the sake of her child that they're not toxic. Now, Chim and Sylvie, I'm not surprised that they didn't end up together. They did a really cool thing at the end of the show where they're like, oh, are you going to say yes or are you going to say no? And they ran off together. That was cute. I loved it. Very Sagittarius, very Leo. I love that. But overall, I already had the sense that they weren't going to be together. I kind of hope they did because they had really good like chemistry. But overall, they seems like they remained friends. There was a little drama there, but they resolved that. And somehow, I said it once, I said it twice, I ended up being a fan of Chema, and I think he's very funny. So, let's give this boy a show. I like him. Now, the whole thing about Fernanda not showing up to the reunion to, like, the very last minute and putting on that whole show and then being so dramatic, I was like, bro, oh, like, I didn't like Gerardo. I didn't. I did 100% feel like he went on to promote his music and he was trash at it. But you know what? I was really rooting for her. I loved her in the beginning, and then like she did like that crazy thing where she started throwing everything and just going psycho, and I was like, all right. I felt like that like meme of Homer Simpson where he's going to the bushes. That's how I felt. Like, she let me down. What was happening there? I knew I was missing somebody. This guy right here, I think his name was Saul, and his partner, I feel like there was like a little moment there, but they kind of glazed over it for the sense of time. And I wish we would have spent a little bit more time there because he was very kind of needy in the show, and he was very desperate for validation, and she was very opposite, and that didn't work out. They didn't like the compatibility thing. But ultimately, I like the fact that they actually touched on the fact that she was like, hey, I told you I didn't want to be physical. And then you were out there telling people that I was like provoking you and doing XYZ. And he had to man up and apologize and be like, yeah, I wasn't the best version that I should have been. And that's terrible. And I'm so sorry. And I just got to man up to it and, say that I fucked up. Oh, and outside of everybody and all the drama, randomly, Pablo Chagra with his Chisme, he was there for the Love is Blind reunion, and he was asking some good-ass questions. He was asking exactly what I would have been out there asking, like, oh, why you rolling your eyes? You got something to say? Exactly. This is exactly what we needed. We didn't need no Nick Lachey and whatever the heck her name was making stupid comments and just not giving us anything. This is exactly what we needed. Thank you, Love is Blind Mexico. But anyways, overall, I really feel like this reunion is probably the best Love is Blind reunion that I've seen yet. They actually gave us what we wanted. This stupid circle thing where they were like, let's see if they're together or not, I wasn't really vibing with, but whatever, it is what it is. It's Netflix, I guess we'll take it. And I know there's a lot more things that I want to touch on, but I want you guys to let me know what you want me to talk about. What are things that you saw that you wanted me to comment on or give my opinion on? What did you think about it? Let me know down below in the comments. And don't forget to like and follow for more gossip, chisme, and all things tea.